Story: Who is the lion? The king is a greedy man. None of the beautiful young women he knew could escape him. Also near his palace was a Jew with a very beautiful wife. Knowing that the king liked beautiful women, before leaving the house, the Jew often bolted the door. But one day he left the house and forgot to install the latch. The king was just waiting for this opportunity to sneak to the Jewish house. The king asked his Jewish wife to please him. Knowing that it would be difficult to refuse, the beautiful wife asked the king to allow her to change clothes to be worthy of the king and number 39's honor. King agreed. She gave the king the Quran to read while he waited. She did not change her clothes but ran to the neighbor and number 39's house and hid there. The king read the Quran and waited forever, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but the Jewish wife did not return. The king then stood up, went to her bedside and placed a bag of gold coins in his rosary there. Then the king took the Quran and left the house to avoid her husband. Seeing that the king had returned, the beautiful girl returned home and went straight to the kitchen to prepare lunch for the couple. Half an hour later, when the husband returned, he saw the king and number 39's bag of gold coins and the Roman scripture on his wife and number 39's bed. He stared at those things, then turned to his wife and said angrily, "The king was here with you?" The wife remained silent, because she thought that no matter what she said, her husband would not believe her. From that day on, the husband did not look at his wife nor talk to her. The wife became sick and no doctor could cure her. When she felt she was too weak, she called her 3 brothers who lived in another city. She told everyone about the king and number 39's visit and how she escaped to a neighbor and number 39's house. She also told them that her husband was so angry with her that he didn't and #39's want to talk to her. After hearing this, the 3 brothers immediately asked their brother-in-law to go with them to the king and number 39's palace. In front of the king and his courtiers, they said, "Your Majesty, a few years ago my father passed away, but he left us a house, a vineyard, some fields and a garden. We were 3 brothers, so one received the house, one received the vineyard, one received the fields, and we didn't and #39's know who we gave the garden to." Some time later this man came. They pointed at the Jews. "We let him use the garden on the condition that he takes care of it." But this man did not comply with the contract. He did not plow the land, he did not pick up weeds, and he did not sow. Finally the garden was neglected. We demanded that he return that garden to us. The king turned to ask the Jews, "Is that true?" The intelligent Jew replied, "Actually, these people are partly correct. Because I also neglected to take care of the garden. But not quite. I and number 39's, they only been distracted since I discovered the king and number 39's footprints in the garden. He went there to get fruit. I and number 39's, am afraid it could come back and take my life." The king implicitly understood those mysterious words. He was very pleased with his behavior. So he turned and said to the Jews, "I know my son once went into the city. But he rest assured that it will never happen again. I will build him a house with high walls so he can and number 39's go to your garden to pick fruit. Last time he could n and #39's pick anything from my garden except a grape leaf. I will return that grape leaf to you." Saying that, the king took the Quran from his pocket and gave it to the Jews. The Jews also understood the profound words of the king. He returned home and told his wife everything and asked her to forgive him. The wife immediately recovered from her illness, and the couple lived happily together for the rest of their lives. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.